Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night, and let's jump into the charts. So today I'm not going to cover stocks and forex because they are closed and there is nothing new, no change. Okay, so Monday or Tuesday I will take a look at it again. So let's start from Ethereum, and I shared some news about what is going on here. And as you guys can see, we have a perfect bearish setup. At this point is almost, how can we say, let's say we have undeniable proof. Just a second. So again, 1 and 1, 2 and 2. And here we are heading to high 3. I believe this is not complete. Rising wedge, we are going to take a closer look. Then we fall down a little bit. There is a possible inverted head and shoulders for Bitcoin. Then we go up for that lower high, which is going to be something like this. Then we go for the lower high. Then we are going to have a perfect bearish setup with a target close to, let's say probably here. This is the range. So soon we are going to have a better idea. But yeah, so from now 1256 and 1000, yeah, and then right after a strong recovery. So yeah, I'm not concerned at all. Let's take a closer look. When the day comes and we start to go down, people will call for crazy targets like 600, 500, it is going to be insane. And again, the upper section, the midway, and then the next structure is probably going to be the bottom. Okay, very, very likely. So here, this is not complete yet. The rising behavior is price catching up, like a correction. Right after we go down here, let's say we can expect something like this. Who knows? The only problem is this guy is too close. So just like Bitcoin. Okay, so this is our high too, but it doesn't mean we can have another one. And this is going to be a bit complicated. So for example, 1 and 1, this is our 2 and 2 right now, but we can end up with a stronger high 2. And then we end up with what? 1 and 1, 2 and 2. And then let's say we go for another high 3. And the interesting thing about this, folks, if we look on the time frames here, it's August and September. So it is going to be tough. And I will be honest, despite we having a clear scenario here, I'm a bit concerned of shorting the high 3, the lower high here. Okay. Because if we are heading for a crash at September, it is most likely to keep going for a while, and they will buy a lot of time. Reaching this guy right here. There we go, there we go. End up rejected from the golden again. H1, H2, and then H3 late September. So again, we are talking about a lot of days. We are probably going to have, to wait a long time here to make a awesome trade, and it is not going to be easy. Okay, if this guy were right here, then it would be way easier, way easier. So maybe the best approach here, let's take a look on the VR. Yes, so you see, so the first thing to acknowledge, we don't need the VR to have a better understanding about the key levels. A lot of value, a lot of trading activity, because we always know that happens at the golden levels. But if there is not enough interest here or here, they are going here. And that's exactly the range for a strong 8-2. Again, 1, 2, and then kaput. So that's one of the reasons, folks. One, we will take a better look on Bitcoin and we will have a better idea. So let's move forward with XRP. So this is the scenario that we talked before, and it's changing. So for XRP, it's how can I say? It's perhaps more clear. And why? Because the chances to breach the previous high is almost impossible. And for example, why this line is here? It's not random. There is math involved, and it is right here. So we are going to talk about this scenario, but in the other chart. So this is our L1, H1. We know it's bearish development, no news about it. And so this line right here, this line, it's the 50% of the previous pattern that broke bearish. They tried to play a bull based on Bitcoin, then we had a break. And I strongly believe, folks, I strongly believe, without a doubt, this, let's say right here, doesn't matter, is how it is going to play out, or something like this. Okay, doesn't have to be 100% accurate. We don't know how much we are going down. There is a small chance for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP to go up from here and then go down and then go up again. As you can see, it is going to be the same thing, the same nature, the same behavior, but at a different point, which is exactly right here. We can have the break above or the break right now. I am not sure. That's why I'm not trading now. I'm expecting Bitcoin to go for that inverted head and shoulders. You're going to take a look at it. Just a second, folks. So, this spot right here is probably going to be 8-2 for XRP. I am like 99% certain about this. Do you guys remember the scenario we talked for Ethereum? So, if we take a look on the macro here, if a full one is going to develop, so 1 and 1, 2 and 2, and then a possible 3 actually below. It's probably going to be at this range. Then the picture we can see here, it's by the end of August. So I don't know. Okay, I don't know. All that we know so far is that the thing is bearish. So since XRP is behaving on price adjustment like zombie behavior, we can use XRP as a reference. That's why it's a bit messy. You guys know how it works. So moving forward, Kava. Very interesting scenario here indeed. A thing that we can't forget it's oops, head and shoulder structure, which is a top reversal structure, but big but here, and this is like makes me a bit concerned. As we can see, we had a smaller structure here that lead us to a big bullish pattern. This is just like Bitcoin, very, very similar as Bitcoin back in last September when we had a head and shoulders, a break, developed a bearish pattern, and then went up. So this is quite similar, but we know here we are going up. The problem is, let's take a look on the time frame of events. We will be entering late August, September. So if Bitcoin is the trigger, Kava usually follows Ethereum. Bitcoin crashes Ethereum, Kava crashes following Ethereum. So it all makes sense and lines up since the target for this structure right here, it's a lower high. It's strong, but it's still a lower high, followed by a top reversal structure. So the thing is, I'm going to trade here. I bet most of you guys are going to. And yeah, so let's see how this is going to unfold. In just a second, let's take a closer look. So this scenario here is a bit messy, but it's clear. If we can read, it's clear. So the bear break for the right shoulder, play the target. Okay, went back right away. So on the went back right away, we end up with H1, L1, 8-2, very aggressive, low 2, 8-3, and L3, just like XRP back in the day, very tight. And then bull break. But the problem, so here is the problem. It's not only about the patterns. Every time we have a outcome, or let's say a break, and then we fall back again into or below the 50, it's kind of dangerous. And that's exactly what we can see here. So for example, if we place Fibonacci here, take a look. After the break, went down way below the 50, right here. And this is dangerous, folks. It's kind of a breach. So that's why I won't hold my position. I will just close right away, play the target, or half of it, whatever. But so now we have 1 and 1, 2 and 2, and just like on Ethereum, way more aggressive than grinding lines. on the last leg. So this is going to be high 3. Then we go down a little bit. And then we go for the target. So this is very likely to play out. I've been trading Kava for a while, and usually the targets play out because there's low volume, and yeah, one of the reasons. So let's pay close attention here. We need a better understanding about the possible landing spot, which is probably going to be right here as usual. So you guys know the drill. The liquidation always below the previous leg. So yeah. Another thing, if by any reason, for example, I'm not trading on Binance. So if you don't have access to Binance, but you don't want to miss this one here, you can even play physical coins. You know, it's a bit more aggressive because, you know, every little move here, it's worth a lot of money, depending on the size of your buy position. So maybe you won't be able to reach the previous low too. So maybe you can consider lowering, decreasing your entry, you know, instead of, you know, just buying everything here just for the sake of this example, and then have no option left. But we know we can make, for example, ADAC. Kind of. Okay. Just one example how to engage. At this point, you guys are very aware on how to do it, risk management, and etc. So looking great. Gala, do you guys remember the scenario we talked about? For a possible 1 and 1, 2 and 2. So that's what I acknowledged before. So there is still odds for this. Perhaps this. Who knows? We don't know yet. But yeah, looking great so far. Let's see. And now let's jump into Bitcoin. Please go to moon. So here we are. Again and again and again, buying the lower sections. No continuation at all. Just the 50% principal playing out. Going. You know, also the support and resistance approach. I'm watching this closely, trading below the golden. We are very, very likely to go up. Probably, for a stronger lower high. You know, that scenario we're talking about for Ethereum, that's possible to happen. Let's take a better look. So not a lot to see here. Let's jump into the floor. So this is our high 2 for Bitcoin, but it is very, very close. Very. So we are here already. And there's a lot of value to still trade here before any bear break. So, and we also talked about this in the last few videos ago. So what probably is going to happen here, and people will say, Moon, you know, this is it, Bitcoin to 100K, all over again. So again, folks, 1 and 1. We can acknowledge this guy here since there is a break. So we are going to go for a 2 and stop probably here. So let's say A2 here, then down and down over again. They will buy again. Just keep going, going, going. L3, high 3. So this is a possible scenario. We understand that things are breaking in half. And so this can be a concern. So that's one of the reasons I am still looking for a strong lower high to place my short right here. And then I'm going to wait patiently because the odds for bullish continuation here are a bull break, it's 0. 0, not even 1%. So yeah, and then that's what we're going to end up with. And yeah, so this is going to be late August, beginning of September, and then a crash can happen on the first week or the second week, who knows? And that's interesting because last year it happened around the harvest season. So now let's take a quick look, closer look, sorry. So the odds for inverted head and shoulders are right here. A strong rejection here, multiple rejections. Then we go down. Then we go up. Now we measure. It is going to be above the 50. And then it won't be enough. It is going to be a breach on the previous high. Then we are much likely going for that scenario that we talked about. Strong lower high or high 2. And also this behavior right here, just a second. Is giving us a clue of ascending behavior again, ascending pattern. Let's take a look, see if we can do something here. Actually is right here. Exactly here. Let's take a look. Ho ho ho. Yes. There is more. So we right now I can't use our axis methodology yet, but soon. And this is going to be a great example to observe as well. Second. So again. Oh, makes sense. And also close to the golden spot. So take a look at this. How it end up rejected from the first golden. But there is a trigger, right? So that's why I believe you go down, then we go up. And then this is it. Let me see. Oh, also take a look at this. OBV is very, very bearish. Very, 100% bearish. And also if we look at volume, we know it's not leading volume, but it's still, you know, totally busted. Buyers are not interested, and this is probably, you know, some Chinese whales or exchanges just taking everything they can before going down. Because here, folks, they are very, very close to double their positions. Okay, so yeah, and then what else? What else? Oh, the 50% drop we've been talking about. Not a 50 from here, because it would be close to 15,000, right? Very unlikely to happen. So I am expecting. So let's see. Let's do some math here. Let's acknowledge from this guy, previous high. So a 50 from here is 21,000. That's also one of our ranges for targets. Let's say we end up with high tree. So we will be dealing with 37,000, which it is going to be 18,600. Close to this range. And this one here is going to be in between. So 20,000 K. Close to 40K. Let me think if I'm not missing anything. No! Why, sir? Why are you doing this? Hold on, Fox. Nah. 10K is somewhat off the charts. Somewhat. But when we look here above, it's probably going to be around 17,000. Very likely. Upper section, battle of Midway. Back to it. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. So, folks, that's our plan. And I mean, for a long perspective, of course, we can trade inside. I am not going to share trades inside because they are fast. They are not 100% reliable. And yeah, if you want to engage, it's up to you. I'm not going to share these trades, not worth, because as you guys know, some people will be sleeping, others will be awake, and then it can create some confusion because then someone can wake up to trade and then it's not a good trade. Should be closed right after, don't close, end up liquidated. So it's not worth. Okay, if you have time, if you can do this, if you can keep looking at it at least for a while, then do what you want, up to you, but I'm not going to share. Okay, so yeah, and well, for now I will wait for this possible scenario here, which is also going to be kind of a bear trap, because some people will look at this and say, oh, it's a head and shoulders, but not. Then we go up again. We saw this happening many times over and over on Bitcoin, and yeah. So that's it for now. So folks, again, Kava on the radar, and let's see how this is possibly going to play out. Okay, so that's it for now. Thanks for your time, thanks for your patience, thanks for your support as well. Let's keep doing our thing. And again, when we end up close to the big day on XRP, the joy will be back into this group. We can deny that we are somewhat sad because it's been a long time. It's frustrating. It's hard, maybe not fair, whatever. But we know there's a time for everything under the sun, and there is no news out there. So, yeah, and let's keep doing our thing. We are not in a hurry. We have all the time, and yeah. So, folks, this is it for now, and yeah. I was waiting a bit to make this video because every time I breathe, my back hurts, and now I'm taking the new painkiller, and it's being a bit better, less pain, so I'm feeling a bit more comfortable. And yeah, so I hope this end up as soon as possible because it's not cool at all. But yeah, so folks, again, let's keep doing our thing. Share some ideas with folks in the group. Let's keep talking. Let's keep engaging. Try to participate. And yeah, so Tuesday or Monday, I'm going to record a video about all the other things that we always cover. And yeah, let's see. So again, thank you. Stay safe, stay well. And yeah, so I will see you guys soon. Thanks again, and see ya.